Okay, so in this section, we are going to learn about packages in Java. Let's create a new project in IntelliJ just so we can demonstrate this. So let's call it packages. Add some sample code, create. We've got our code window here. So obviously, we haven't discussed packages yet because we've just been doing some basic syntax in just this one file called main.java. Now, obviously, this is our folder structure on this side of our IDE, and you can see we have folders here, things like that. The folder we're interested in putting everything in is the source folder. And packages are very useful when it comes to organizing our project. You know, we're only doing basic things in one file here, but there's a lot of cases where we would want many files to house all our hundreds and hundreds of lines of code if we're building a more complex application. So obviously a package is a folder on your computer, and they help in grouping, related classes, organizing things, different interfaces, and it makes code easier to manage and easier to use and easier to find as well, as long as your packages are named correctly. It's like how you organize your computer. And packages also help avoid name conflicts and can control access to different classes and interface. And we can discuss this in the next video, which is going to be about access modifiers, about how we can restrict access to certain things based off of the package. But let's just start by creating a package. So to create a package, we need to right click on this source folder here, hover over new, and then click package. Here we can name our package whatever we want, but there are some conventions around the way we name our packages. So if you're working in a corporate company, for example, the convention to name the package would go something like com dot and then benneighbor dot tutorial, let's just say. You're probably thinking that's a bit weird. Why is the com there and why is it in that order? Let's say my website was benneighbor.com, right? The convention is that we reverse the sort of domain, right? So then it would become, com.benneighbor. And then we can have other subpackages, as many as we want. And these are all separated by a dot. So a dot is like a subfolder. So if we were to do this, for example, it shows up like this in IntelliJ, but actually if you look on your computer in this file location, it will be, two folders inside each other, right? It'll be com and then benneighbor, right? So let's move our class inside that package, right? And we press refactor here. If we collapse that, our main file is here. Pretty normal stuff. Now, we can create other packages in here, and this is sort of where things will branch out, right? So let's create a package, right, that stores all of our classes for a vehicle in. So we create a new package, it will fill in the rest of the path for us, and then we just type the name of the package, so vehicle, for example, right? And you can see here's the folder structure sort of showing itself. We can create as many packages as we want. Let's create another package called, food, right? And it's laid out just like a normal folder structure would, and we can, collapse these packages, uncollapse them, and things like that. This is for organization purposes and for access purposes as well. But again, that will be covered more in the next video, which is going to be about access modifiers. So we can create more classes within these packages, right? So I'm going to create an object within food. So go to the food, right click, new Java class. Let's create an object for a fruit. Or let's create an object for a vegetable. I am a vegetable. So let's create an object. Let's say a vegetable will have, string name. That is a string. The name of it is a string. Let's say carrot. And also it's going to have some calories, right? So that'll be a number. So we'll make that an integer. Int calories. We can also have a string that describes its color. So string color. I'm thinking, what else can we label on a vegetable? we could say the price. So we could go double price. And then let's come up with one more field. Let's say, let's say quantity, right? So the quantity of vegetables. So let's go int quantity. Again, I'm not creating this object to use it. I'm just creating it for demo purposes, right? So we can have a class in here, right? And obviously vegetables are food, so I'll put it in here. Now let's create another class in the vehicle subpackage called car, right? And let's just say, you know, a car is going to have these fields. It's going to have a string, which is the model, a string that is the make. We'll have an int that has the mileage on it. We'll also have another integer int that has the, what else is on a car? Let's say the year manufactured. And we can have many more, you know, here. So as we can see, you know, we have some structure here. So vehicle is inside car, and we can have multiple classes in each one, and we can have multiple sub packages in each one, and all of this stuff, right? So let's say we also have a van. That's also a vehicle, so we'll put a van class in here. You know, that will have some similar properties to the car, similar project properties to the car, etc. So that is the basics of packages, how we create them. And we can essentially access any class within a certain package by going like van equals, you know, new van, right? And that will get imported for us. And as we can see, because this is in a different sub package, we have to actually, oops, should be a semicolon. We have to actually import that, right? So we have to import com.benneighbor.vehicle.van, which is com.benneighbor.vehicle.van, which is here. And that's how we're able to use this van class in that other package here. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. If you have any questions, please comment below. See you in the next one.